not on .NET Core, those kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Kumar. So I think all of you has given some feedback. Some people
Yeah.
have responded in the chat. So just quickly see, we are going to talk about the CCNA. So majority of the people, I think you know that CCNA is all about the networking, right? So just before we dwell into the technical things of what is networking, what is CCNA and what is that, and how it is going to change our lives, and what is the impact of the networking in our life. So let us just give me one real-time example. So now we all communicate through WhatsApp, right? We all communicate through WhatsApp, Instagram, or for that matter, now I'm using Zoom call, right? Zoom call to talk to you guys, and you guys can hear me through Zoom calls. So we are all connected and we are exchanging the data, we are exchanging the information, right? So how is that is possible? So it is all possible through internet, right? Without internet, we cannot communicate, or we cannot pass or share the information. Do you agree with guys? Like now we are connected with internet, right? Let's be an
Yes.
interactive session. Yeah. So now how
Yes,
Yeah.
is this
yes.
get now how is this data is getting transferred? Like I'm sitting in Bangalore, one remote place, and some are in UK, and some are in India, and some are in some other parts. Like how you guys, how are we communicating over the internet? So that's where the networking comes into the picture. That is a like in a broader way, the bigger picture of the networking is nothing but it's an internet. So you study everything about how the internet is connected, how is the routes are there. So these are all things you'll be learning once you'll start getting the fundamental knowledge. I'll not say that you'll be experts in networking, but you will get to understand how the data travels, how is the communication happens. So, for example, now this is not related to the CCNA, just to make you interesting. So now you see this is the map of India, right? So here somewhere, can you see the map?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
now in India, we have three internet exchanges which takes our data outside of India. One is in Mumbai, and one is in Cochin, and one is Chennai. Okay. So Mumbai and Cochin gateways are predominantly towards the west, like for European countries and for America. The data which goes through Mumbai, and from there it travels across the underground cable to the US. So on the Chennai side, it is more predominantly to the APAC region, like Singapore or Australia or New Zealand. Now, whatever I'm talking, like from here, from the central part of India, like I'm here somewhere here, and my data based on the internet service provider, it will go to Mumbai or Cochin. Since my broadband connection is from Airtel, I know that I'm hitting Mumbai, and from Mumbai, I'm going through the submarine cables all the way to the Red Sea, and through this one, and through the transatlantic cables, I'm reaching somewhere in US where our Zoom servers are located, or for that matter, our WhatsApp servers are located. And from there, the communication has been passing onto the different places of different parts of the world. So this is all it's happening in the fraction of nanoseconds just because of the network. Without network, we'll not be able to communicate, or no e-commerce, or nothing will be there. So this is the basic foundation of the networking. You got it?
Yeah.
So what is the role of the network engineer? So now I just shown you the examples. So our day-to-day work will be like this, making our communication possible. So it's not the voice, it's all about the data. So internet, if the data means like it's internet. As long as internet is there, so the network or the network engineers will be there in this world. Okay. So we make data communication possible. We deal with the devices which are necessary for data transfer. That is internet communication makes this possible. Okay. Now this is just on a high level. So let me get into the what is that CCNA is all about. Why CCNA is required? So CCNA is one of the premier certification from the CCNA, so Cisco. That is, we call it as a Cisco Certified Network Associated. So what I can say from my experience, or the people says, this is the first certification that you need to do before entering into any IT. So for example, you want to become a server engineer, that is Microsoft Windows Server engineer, or a Linux administrator, or a VMware engineer, or a storage engineer, or a cloud engineer, you need to understand the fundamentals of the CCNA. Without CCNA, if you try to get into these things, you will understand, no doubt about the technologies. For example, you can become a Windows server without doing a CCNA. But when it comes how the servers communicate with each other, what are the IP addresses, what are the classification of IP addresses, what are the gateways, that is where you stuck. Okay, so in CCNA you will learn basics of the networking, basics, fundamentals, whatever is required for you to understand. I was teaching one class in AWS where some of the people are from the software background. I think they are most close to 4 to 5 years. They were able to understand EC2, which is all about the server. When I was started taking VPC, which talks about the network, so nobody was able to understand. Again, I have to give a brush up class of IP addresses for a 1 week. So, so this is the problem happens, right? So, what I can say from my experience is the CCN is the first thing that whether you take it from somebody or you do it on your online or you do it on your own. So, CCNA knowledge is a must if you want to pursue your career in IT infrastructure. Okay, without CCNA, if you do it, then at one point of the time you will definitely need the knowledge of networking. Maybe through your experience you learn or through something, but it is always good to start with CCNA. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
So when I'm talking about the IT, so let me just give a brief thing. So we all know front end technologies, right? You heard of front end technologies like HTML,
Yeah.
CSS, JavaScript, and now newest one is React, right? Have you heard of these words?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what it happens is I'll show you. Now let me take this one. So this web page, whatever you are seeing on Amazon.com or Amazon.in, this main page that we called as a user interface, that also we called as a UI technologies. So this page is made up of these products: HTML, CSS, sorry, CSS, and JavaScript or React. So at all this, using these technologies, this website is made up. Okay. Now you know this is a front end. This is also called as a user interface. Why it is called a user interface? Because using this the main page, I'll be interacting with the applications, right? Now there comes, now next comes backend. Backend. So I'll go to backend. The backend is Java, Python, .NET, Ruby. These are the and C sharp or something else is there. So these are the backend applications. Now databases, there are there are many, but I'll name SQL, Oracle, and SQL. Okay, so these are the databases. Now, what will happen here is, so why you need to understand, I'll tell you. So these are the pictures, or these are the some data which is there, right? This is some kind of a data, something is there which will be stored in our databases. That is nothing but Oracle or SQL. Now you know HTML, CSS is a front end, and these images will be stored in the database. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, where does this Java or Python comes, right? Now I wanted to do some kind of, for example, now I click on electronics, some function or some logic is happening, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If I click on computers, right? If I click on computers, I get all the details. Like if I click on this mouse, it provides me all the details. So then again, so now you see some kind of a logic is happening behind to get me the data, correct?
Yeah.
Agree? So that is with this technologies. Sorry. So using Java, Python, or .NET, any one of them, that is the business logic is happening. So this is all about the software. So when you are working as a software programmer, or software tester, or software developer, so you need these technologies. But now comes the part IT. IT. Can you tell me what is the meaning of IT?
Information technology.
Correct, information technology. So when you're talking about the IT infrastructure, so these these are servers, right? So front end technologies, this needs to be web servers. They call it as a web servers. This is called as an application server. This is called as a database service, right? There are three types. So you have this is application server, the main page, the data where it is stored, it is called a database, and the logic. For example, this is some logic I'm performing. This is called an application server, which is predominantly run by Java, Python, or anything. Now, I want to ask you one question. Now, assume that I have built this application, and what I'll do, I'll put it on my laptop and I'll use it. But if my application needs to access by public or many people, do you think that my laptop will support?
No.
No.
No, right? You agree, right? Now my laptop, if I have this application on my system, max to maximum only one person, I am the only person I can access. But if I put it in a server, how many people can access? Based on the number of connections which is having, maybe 10, 15, or 100 people can access. But if I wanted to have multiple users, like millions of users to access my servers, I need at least tens or thousands of servers, right? I need more than tens of 10, I mean like 100 to 1000 servers I need. So how are these servers are connected? How is the communication is happening with the servers? So when you talk about the server, it could be Linux server or it could be your Windows server or it could be anything. But how are these servers are communicating with each other? Now, when I'm talking about the application will not reside on one server. As I said here, we have three servers, right? Web server, application server, database servers. These servers need to communicate with each other. Otherwise, how you will get this page? You will not get this page, right? So in
Yeah.
order to communicate with these pages or these servers, we need the network devices, not only to reach the network, internet, but our applications, in order to talk to each other, we need the networking components. So that is what we are going to learn in our CCNA course. Clear?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll just show one more high level diagram. Now you see this is how it will like. You take any application, any e-commerce, either Amazon, Flipkart, HDFC, ICICI, or anything. Everything will be in this kind of a architecture. This is a standardized architecture every company has to follow. So these are the routers where you study about the routing. These are the switches, and to your switches, your servers are connected. It could be your Windows server, it could be Linux server, or this can be application server. This is your database server. This is your storage server. Somebody can mute yourself, please. I'm not sure. Okay, thank you. Where I was. So now you see these are the three different servers. In order to get these servers to communicate, you need a switches. These are called switches. So your connection will go to switches and switches to routers, and that's how you are using from the internet. Now let me give an example. Now I'm using a Zoom. Zoom could be in any of these servers. So what I'll do is I'll come to internet through this router, and from there it will come to switch, and I'll access the application. Same thing for you guys. You get connected to any of the applications here and you are getting my voice. So this is a high level explanation of the how the how does the network works. Is it clear now? Just on high level. Okay. So this is what the first we are. Now, why is a CCNA? Why we need to do? Why it is important? Because it is covers wide range of networking, like not only the fundamentals. It will also talk about the routing, switching. It will also talk about the wireless. And since our devices are connected to the network or internet, we are open to threats or we are open to hacks. So you learn the security, IP addressing, lot of things that you will understand and you will become master of that. So that is the one thing. And second thing is industry recognition. So So when you're getting a CCNA certification, it will tell the employees that you have a required knowledge and skills and you are ready to perform anything on the network devices. So this is an industry recognized certification, guys, and certification is very important. And this certification is valid for it is given by Cisco, and it is valid for 3 years. And every 3 years, you have to certify your certification. So I did my first CCNA certification is in 2004, and now we are at 2024. Still, my CCNA certification is valid because every 3 years I will recertify my certification. Even at this point of the time, having so many of experience, still I need my CCNA certification. Okay, so that's the one thing.
How do you
So
recertify a certificate? Sorry.
So either you can do same certification, like for example, now the certification is 200-301. Either you can go with the same certification or you can do next level of certification, which is higher than CCNA. There are different tracks are there. So I'll come to when I'm teaching in the class, I'll tell you. Like for example, either you can do CCNA or the next level of certification you can do. So when you do higher certification, your lower certification will automatically will get recertified.
Okay.
Okay, so like why in like it gives a very competitive edge over other people, because I have seen, like I'm in the interview panel, I see that like when there is a position is open, people will come up and the people with the certification is the only one we prefer first, right? And if they are not performing, then we go to the non-certified people. So not only employees, recruiters, or hiring managers, they always see whether the candidate is certified or not. And to me, to some of the companies, certification is a mandatory. They don't even check your degree certificate, but these certificates are really matters a lot. So that's one thing. Then you can, once you have the CCNA certification, you can become a network administrator or network engineer or technical support, or even you can become a system administration. So these are the roles that you will be doing it after doing your CCNA. Okay. Uh, then the third point is CCNA certified people will get more salaries compared to non-certified. So this is very much true, guys. Like when you have a CCNA certification and your peers do not have, like, but at least 1 or 2%, it will help you in your performance review. Okay. So getting a CCNA certification is must. If you ask me personally or professionally, I always suggest go for a CCNA certification. So these are the syllabuses in the CCNA. These are high level. So first module is the network fundamentals, where we talk about the OSI layer, IP addressing, and topologies. So OSI model, I'll just give an example. Now I'm using a, what is that, Dell laptop, and somebody is using mobile, and somebody using a different company laptop, but still we are communicating, right? So OSI is a standard layer which everybody needs to follow so that the device can communicate with each other. So that is the basics of networking, OSI model, open system interconnection model. So that we are going to talk in the network fundamentals. Then second comes the LAN switching technologies. I said, like, for example, if you take WhatsApp, as on date, WhatsApp has got more than 60,000 servers. How much? 60,000 servers in San Francisco. So each server, each server will have application, database, and what is that other thing? Front end server. So these servers will have thousands of servers. How these servers are connected? These servers will be connected through switches. So we'll be learning on the switching technologies in the module 2. Like I'll just give one more example of switching. You guys all must be having a computer lab in your college or any institute you must have done, right? Right? Computer lab in the your class, your college, or in a degree college, or in your intermediate
Yeah.
college.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Or you go to any banks, or people will be like any office you visit, people will be working on the laptops, right? Laptops, computer, desktops, right? But how are they connected? They are all connected through one device called a switch. You must have seen, like even in our home, we have a one thing called a modem, right? Modem, where internet service provider will plug his cable, and from there, some we connect the cable and we use desktop or using Wi-Fi. We connect different devices to that modem, right? Correct. So that device is also called a router, modem, and switch. But that will enable switch is a device which enables multiple devices to connect it. So there are multiple technologies is there. The VLANs, STP, and Ether channel. These are the prominent technologies. We learn switching. Switching is nothing but it will have 28 port, 48 ports. These are the two switches. 28 port means like you can connect up to 26 devices. 48 port means like you can connect up to 46 devices. Those two remaining two ports we'll use for connection to other devices. So we talk about that as and when we progress towards the networking. I mean, in deep. So now you understand what is a switch. Switch will enable different network devices, either it could be servers or laptops or PCs to connect to each other. Then the very important module is the routing. So routing is, as it names is, routing is the as routing means like you all know what do you mean by route. Route. Route means like a destination. How to reach to the destination? You should have a route, right? So that is what here also we refer. Now I'll give a simple example. Now I'm in Bangalore. If I want to travel to Delhi, I have multiple paths, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Multiple paths. I can go to Mumbai and again I can come back to Trivandrum. Then from Trivandrum I can fly back to Delhi, right? Or I can take a flight and I can directly go to the Delhi. So usually what will be the preferred route? Now I've given the two routes for you. Forget there are many ways we can reach Delhi, but I've given one route, one to Mumbai, come back to what is it? Come back to Calicut, and then from Calicut I'll take a flight to Delhi, or there is a direct flight from Bangalore to Delhi. Which one I'll take?
Directly to Delhi.
Why? Why?
Time saving.
Time saving, shortest distance, right? Shortest, I
Yeah.
mean, shortest path. So same thing, like I said, internet means it is connected of different devices, different things, like as I shown in the map. So when you have a destination, so now from here I want to reach to some destination, lot of routes will be there, but my device, the router, will choose, or you will tell the router which path it has to take, whether to take path A. When it has three paths, you will choose, or you will tell the router that please take this path. So you make the decision. So that you will learn in the routing. Like for example, I am here. If I want to reach to UK, I have different ways to reach, but I am the one who makes the decision how to travel to UK. The same way, when the data is traveling from source to destination, it will have multiple paths, because internet is nothing but consisting of very large networks. So you will tell, or the router will decide which path to take to the destination. That also we will learn in the routing and switching. Okay. Then comes infrastructure service. So I think most of the people are here from VMware and AD background, so they know about DHCP, DNS, and NAT, right? So
Yes.
DHCP is nothing but automatic assignment of IP addresses. Like for example, you have 10 people in your organization, you can manually go and assign the static IPs, but you have 100 or 1,000 people, more than 1,000 people, assigning IP can be a little bit issue. So that is the reason we go for a DHCP. DNS, domain name service. So computer does not understand name like yahoo.com or facebook.com. So it needs to change to IP address. So that is what we are going to learn at DNS. NAT, we are going to talk about that thing. So uh, now I want to ask somebody here, like how deep we go into the technologies. Now we all know that computer understand any English or any language.
No.
Bits. Zero and
Binary
one.
language.
Why 0 and 1? Why it cannot be 9 and 8 or some other number?
Because this is binary digits, and I think how it is programmed to understand the language, and this is the you can say work of DNS
No,
to
no, no.
make computer understand what we are trying to do.
Okay. So Kumar, if I'm mistaken, so for example, like any host name like Amazon or Facebook, it will have an IP 172, 192 or something. Then it comes when you break down smaller, it becomes binary. Binary means 0 and 1. Correct?
Yeah.
Correct, right? So we all know that computer do not understand any language. Computer will not understand my routing topologies or routing things, or computer will not understand Java programming, Python, or artificial intelligence, or anything, machine learning, deep learning. It will not understand. It will understand only 0 and 1. Why? 0 and 1. Why can't it be 2 and 3 or 4 and 5? The basics, very, very fundamental basics that uh, if you are engineering guys or physics guys, must be able to tell that one. Why did any time we thought like why computer understands only 0 and 1? Why not other numbers?
I think it has only one or two ends to each other. I think it starts from
No.
one point to
Yeah,
another.
you are
No?
somewhere near. You are somewhere near. So I'll just give another 5 seconds. 5 seconds more. I wanted to hear the answer. Why computer understands 0 and 1? Why networking or anything will understand only 0 and 1? Simple reason. See, computer is made up of diode. Diode is nothing but your resistor or chips, IC integrated chips, right? Computer motherboard is of chips only, right? That you understand. So
Mm-hmm.
that works with what? That works with the electricity, right? So electricity has what states? Electricity has two states, either positive or negative.
Positive or
Correct?
negative.
Positive.
Yep.
Positive
Yep.
is 1, negative is 0. So whenever electric pulse flows, it will be 1. If it off, it is 0. That is why your computer works with zeros and 1, not any other things. In electricity, we have only two modes, right? On and off. Correct? That is nothing but 1 and 0. 1 and 0 because our IC, the computers or the chips are made up of integrated circuits. Those works with only with the electrical pulses, voltage. Voltage will have 0 and 1. So that is the funda behind 0 and 1. Clear? Any
Yep.
question on zeros and 1? You're right. Binary is 0 and 1. But what is 0 and 1? 0 and 1 is nothing but it works on the diodes or it works on the resistors, which is nothing but the integrated circuit which work with the electric pulses 0 to minus 48 volts. That is plus 1 is 1, 0 is minus is 0.
We can
Right?
say that
So
it
this
can we say that for my own understanding, it's understand only the signals that what we are trying to
yes,
say
yes.
convey.
Yes. If you look at the like electric pulses, the plus it will be like it will be in like oscilloscope like that. So when there is a power, it will go up. So that is 1 we consider. When it comes down, we consider as a 0. Exactly, you're right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So because see our IC works with electric pulses, right? So electric pulse when there is a power, it considered as a 1. When there is no power, it considered that as a 0. So that is the funda behind 0 and 1.
Okay.
Okay. So that is all about the infrastructure services. And the last part comes in the networking is the infrastructure security. Security is very, very important because earlier, the moment when internet started, we are exposed to the numerous number of people hacking and other people. So our devices are under threat, right? So now in this section, you will see how to control your device, means how to protect your device, either through device hardening or putting access controls or putting some of the network best practices. Okay, so device hardening, I can just give in a real time example. Like we secure our house, right? We secure our house with what is called doors and railings and other things. So that you can consider as a device hardening. Access control list is your apartment security guard because so only authorized people will be allowed to enter into your apartment, right? I cannot just walk into any of your apartments, right? I need to have a prior permission to enter into any apartment or any office. So that is what all about access control list, which will tell who needs to enter. So those are some of the security parameters or controls. And device hardening is how you can protect that device from hackers. So those are the things, some security concepts you learn in infrastructure security. Okay. So, and one more thing which I forgot to tell, not only the system admins or Windows admin, even you want to do a cyber security or cloud computing, I mean like cyber security, it is CCNA is the must. Without CCNA, nobody teaches you cyber security. You have to learn networking, then only you can go into cyber security. So three things are very, very important if you want to get into cyber security. One is Windows, one is Linux, one is network. So if you have these three knowledge, then only please try to get into the cyber security. Okay. So even when you want to upgrade yourself to the cloud computing, either it could be Azure or AWS, CCNA knowledge is must. CCNA, Windows, and Linux knowledge is must for these courses to learn. Without this, if you go and learn, it will be just again like paper-based learning. You will not understand the concepts. Okay. So this is all about the 5 modules which are important modules and which are the only modules that will be there in the CCNA. The examination code is 200 to hyphen 301. So as I said, you'll be understanding the routing protocols, like how to choose the best route to the destination. We have different like OSP, EGF, EHRP, and BGP. Those things will be learning in detail. And switching protocols, I said multiple network devices will connect to a one device. And network security, just now we discussed firewalls, access control list, VPNs. Those are the things we discussed. And wireless networking, how your Wi-Fi will work, what are the frequencies, how I mean how your system get IP address from the wireless controller or access points. So those are the devices and technologies that you learn in the wireless networking. Okay. So like for example, when you're working in office, you carry your laptop from one floor to other floor without you losing the signal, how it is happening. So those are all concepts that you learn under wireless networking. Clear? Okay. So hands-on networking experience. So this course, not only CCNA course, not only talks about theory, it talks about 70% lab and 30 to 40% of theory. So it is a lab-based learning. You learn the theory, then the configuration will be given to you to configure the devices, then to verify that thing. So whatever you learn, each and every topic except the OSI layer, every topic has a lab. For example, if I'm talking about the routing, you have different labs for each and every concept. So it is not just a theory; it is complete a lab-based learning. Okay. So here you will be get to configure the router. It's again switches and wireless access point and controller. These are all the network devices. So you will get a real hands-on experience in configuring these devices. Not only the configuring, you will also get a chance to troubleshoot. For example, you are trying to do configuration between two devices. There could be some problem happens because of your misconfiguration. So you get some kind of exposure in troubleshooting uh, the configuration as well. Any questions on this slide, please? I would like to take some
So,
questions here. Yeah.
yeah, who
Uh,
would actually provide the labs? I mean, when you mention labs, does it mean
Yeah.
we use our own equipment here where we are sitting, or do we kind of configure devices which are, from different places?
See, basically, Cisco has come up with a packet tracer, which is nothing but the virtualized lab. So you can download that packet tracer and you can do all the CCNA labs.
Okay.
It is
Do we have to
almost
subscribe for it, or is it?
no need, no need. I'll show you. I'll show you like when we start when we start doing the labs. It is all GUI based web interface. So you can just drop and drag and drop. It's very easy. So the labs you can do it. Whatever you do it, whatever the experience that you have, whatever the interface that you have, it will be same on the real devices. It doesn't make any differences.
All
I
right.
do have a question.
Yes, please.
Uh, yeah, so it will be great that if we can have this lab experience, but definitely before going into the lab and doing some troubleshooting or doing something on our own, I presume, but definitely I think that we should we get learning from yourself first to implement then later, right? It will be like this, right?
Yes. So I'll go back to my thing. So just 1 second. So this you see here, right?
Yeah.
This is okay. So this is the topology, lab topology. Topology is nothing but the lab diagram wherein you will be doing the configurations. Just now, whatever I said, the lab-based thing. So if you remember this one, lab-based learning.
Okay.
So what I'm
Okay.
trying to do is I'll give instruction series of instructions what to do. Like, see, I'll give what needs to be done. I configure the links between the links. These are the questions. These are the tasks.
Oh,
These are
okay.
the tasks which I'll give it to you to configure. Okay. For example, I'll tell configure between these two devices or give IP to this device and try to ping this one. So everything will be in a sequential steps. So once you do that thing, so I'll give one option what needs to be configured and everything. So these are the tasks that I provide to you, and I'll show you first. First I'll show you, then I'll give this questions to you. Clear?
Okay.
Is this plot is clear?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
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 yes,
Exactly.
definitely.
Now if you
Thanks.
are for some reasons if you are not able to do that, I'll provide the answers also for each one question. Say for example, first one, what is the question? All routers in the factories view the VLAN database and verify no VLANs has been added. Some question task I have given for that the answer. This
Okay.
is the answer. And what is the output it comes? I'm also showing the output here. So
All
question
right.
and answer with the output. So you know without my help, you will be able to do the labs on your own. You got it?
Okay. Right. Right.
That's
So
Thank
great.
you.
Thank
now,
you.
now you see here, I said third one, configure the links between switches and trunks. So here you see, configure the links between switches and trunks. So I have given step by step. Go to switch one, do this, switch to this one, switch to here. So where is switch one and switch two? So this is the diagram, right? Switch one and switch. This is a diagram.
Right.
I gave the
Right.
diagram, so I'll come back to. So I give everything step by step, so you'll not find any challenges in terms of doing the lab.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. That's great.
Now,
Thank you.
okay, welcome. So the other thing I said is that this is the one of the beauty of our training, like wherein this is a troubleshooting. So the same topology you see here, whatever topology you see here, this is the same topology here, right? What I'll do is I've injected some already the some faults in this files. Okay, I already injected some files and I'll ask you to troubleshoot that because you already have the configuration experience. I've given same configuration only. I injected some faults and I'll give a questions to you to troubleshoot. If you have done this lab perfectly, configuring and you understood everything, then you will be able to do the troubleshooting.
Okay.
So the orange and the red indicate some kind of trouble, right?
No. That is a screenshot. See, that means like the device is not up. Okay, that is not the
All right.
troubleshooting. So what I mean say is, for example, question here is. So these are some questions which is be there in this one. Questions will be there. What I would have done is maybe I would have given the wrong IP here or something. I would have injected a fault which I will not disclose. So you have to see the diagram and understand the question and troubleshoot.
Okay.
Only when you understand and once you do this configuration, like it's not just copy paste. See, basically what the network engineers will do, they should not do any time with the copy paste. They should understand what they're doing. You need to understand what is the concept. Then after doing understanding the concept, you have to apply that theoretical into a lab manner. Then understand and you have to compare your theoretical knowledge with the practical knowledge. Once you have that, then I'll give this point as a troubleshooting. So then I'll inject some issues here and you have to troubleshoot that. Because as a network engineer, our job is not to configure. I'll tell you, only one time you will configure the devices, rest 99% you will be troubleshooting that issues. Troubleshooting means some kind of a problem happens in the network. And I think some VMware, I think Kumar, you know that our most of the time ends with the troubleshooting rather than configuring, right?
That's correct.
The application is not working, something is slow, some database is not connecting.
So again, related to this question, troubleshooting, you're right that most of the time it needs to be done. But
Mhm.
are there any areas, for example, 10, 15, 20 areas that if we master on that, we should be able to troubleshoot without having any panic while we are working as a network engineer? I know it's far-fetched in the future, but just out of curiosity, I'm asking.
So whatever there in the CCNA curriculum, right? Like, see again, when you say about the real time, then I need to divide that, because there are different types of levels of troubleshooting will be there. Level 1 troubleshooting, level 2 troubleshooting, level 3, then SME, then it goes to the product owner. Correct. So,
Right.
but it will give you, once you do the CCNA kind of a thing, you will be somewhere between L1 and half.
Okay.
L1 and half. CCNA is L1 and above. But our labs and all, whatever you do it, I think you can close to, I mean, I'll not say you'll be L2, but somewhere near to L2.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So,
Right.
and even for that also, I'll provide the answers. Right. So, when see, I have given the questions, if you're not able to solve, I'll also give that answers for that in another way.
Okay.
So see here, it is not pinging. Like I mean, it's not. I'm not getting the reply. Now I'm check the VLANs here, and then I'll see that something is not there, and then I'll configure, and then I'll be able to ping that one. See, finally I'll show you. Sorry, I'm moving bit. So this is what I'm checking here, and finally, which I was not able to ping, I'm able to ping, because I have created some faults here purposefully, and I want you guys to troubleshoot. So
Understood.
this way, what will happen? You understand the three theory, you will do the configuration. Then, if any problems comes in the technology and that section, you will be, you know how to troubleshoot that. And by doing this thing, you will get a layered approach on troubleshooting. Like in real time, you will be able to do most of it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so this is the one thing which is, troubleshooting is our very important thing, because we, for each and every lab will have a troubleshooting things. It's not only one lab, and not like that. Every lab, whatever we do, every topic that we do, we have a troubleshooting, so that after completing that module or that topic, you become a master of that one. Okay,
Okay.
so this is all again plain English. What is hands-on simulations are the same repeated one. You'll get a not only foundational knowledge, you'll also get a practical knowledge, and your CCNA will demonstrate, like saying that you have a required skills, and Cisco has certified that you have a required skills to manage the network devices. Okay, so this is the one thing. So what are the growths for CCNA? So as a CCNA, once you're completed the CCNA, you can become a level 1 engineer as a network administrator or a network engineer, or even to some companies, cyber security companies, they also like they also take network engineers. So that is the first step. Is a CCNA is the first step. Then after the CCNA, you can do other certifications, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, where are these certification? Okay. So now when I'm talking about the CCNA, what is CCNA? This is the basic, this is a new curriculum. This is the base. CCNA is base for different verticals. Okay. Like our SSLC is the base for our commerce or different streams, right? Like pre-intermediate courses. Like that, CCNA is the base, and CCNP is the one track, and service provider is the one track, data center is another specialized track, enterprise is another specialized track, security is another track, collaboration is another track. So for all this, in order to do this specialization, you should have a CCNA certification. So I'll just give, so what is service provider? Service provider is nothing but the person or the company which gives the internet services to us. For example, in India, we have Airtel, Zio, and in UK, you have British Telecom, Verizon, and Sprint, right? So those are the guys who provide the internet services to the users or to the enterprises. So when you do the CCNP, you become expert in, specialized in those areas, service provider areas. So data center, you know all data center. What is a data center? Data center is a place an organizational application or infrastructure is hosted. So you become expert or specialized in that one. Enterprise is a generalized. It is one of the generalized program where any organization you want to become to L2 or L3, then you can go for CCNP. It's all about routing and switching. Then comes the security track, wherein you will talk about all the security, security related stuff. Collaboration is nothing but your voice and video. Okay, so this is all about collaboration, voice and video. So service provider, data center, enterprise, security, and collaboration. These are the five specializations that you can with the CCNA. And after CCNP, you can go for a CCIE. So that I'm not going to talk here. So there are other independent certificates like DevNet and DevNet Associate. So this needs, if you are interested in any Python programming or your passion is towards more on automation, then you can choose these tracks. I have seen 95% of engineers, I mean network engineers, they don't like automation or Python. So, but still Cisco is pushing hard for this automation. So these are the two certifications that you can do it, associate and professional.
Okay,
So any
this
question?
DevNet, I have one question. The
Uh,
DevNet is more like automating the
yes,
networks. Oh,
yes.
okay. So in previous years, I think the Cisco has something called ACI, right? Is that something related to DevNet?
No, that ACI is application centric, that one. So that comes under data center. That is in a switch. That is in a ACI is in a switch. So that comes under data centers.
So is okay, okay. Because when 4 or 5 years back, we were trying to get some Nexus switches. So the no
ACI, yes.
the no yeah, at that time there was a two mode, right? ACI and something like that. I'm not exactly I don't know what's
Mhm.
it, but that time ACI was very popular. People were saying no, everything will be through ACI like that.
Yes, no, that's true. That's true. And it's ACI is the core of data center.
Okay. But I
The
never
core of,
seen anywhere ACI is people are using it, but
no,
still
we are
people
using,
talk about it.
no, using big data center. They use ACI. Epic. It's still there.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay,
very
okay,
costly, but
okay.
still using. Yeah,
Yeah, I do remember that I even went for a course in SEA, but I don't know
okay,
what I learned.
yeah. Uh,
Okay,
so
okay, okay. Good.
so that's the thing. So see, what happens is generally this is how it will be. Like you have a core layer, you have an aggregation layer, and you have an access layer. Access layer, this is the switch. These are the switches. For the switches, it could be your servers or this could be users. So all the users will be connected to the access port switches. This is access network, and then this will be connected to the aggregation, and this will be to the core. So this is a three-tier model we call it. Now the latest, yeah, like what you said, is ACI. Okay, I'll tell you what is the difference between two-tier and ACI. So I'll show you. Okay. Sorry guys, this is beyond CCNA. So I'm just explaining to the person who has asked me the thing. So this is a traditional layer. You see this? These are the access layer switches. This is a aggregation. This is a core, and this is your router. Like the any
Mhm.
user is comes to the router, from router to the core switches to the aggregation, access switches. Then he access the services. Either it could be WhatsApp or Zoom or anything. But when you are using ACI, what will happen is you'll have only you are combining core and aggregation into one layer.
Okay.
So this access will remain same, then you will be using that one. So these are the
Oh,
Cisco
oh,
Power
oh.
ACI. You see
So
here? Cisco,
got it. Okay, okay. So it's more like a design architecture than
it's
uh,
design.
the, oh, it's a
It's a design.
design. Okay, but
Because you
still,
see,
okay.
it's a
Yeah.
three tier, but here it is only two tier.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, but
They
still
call
they
it,
use iOS. Still they use only the commands are iOS commands, right?
it's
Or
a,
something else.
it's almost similar to Cisco iOS, but little bit different.
Okay, okay, okay,
If you are familiar with Cisco iOS, then they call it as a Nexus OS. So it is a little bit different, but you'll be able to manage that.
oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this, no issues. So that's all. I mean, that is about the certifications. So as I said, you can do any of the certifications, whatever I showed, like whether you wanted to move into the data center or service provider or security, or depending upon the job role that you do as a level one engineer, you can choose your track. For example, tomorrow, assume that you got a job in Zio Network or Airtel or Tata Teleservices or like British Telecom or Amazon, sorry, what is that, Verizon or that Sprint. These are the service providers, but you definitely choose service provider track because that is where you are working and you wanted to see your career enhancement in that area. So you choose that one. Or if you're really in an enterprise, for example, you are working for a Capgemini or Accenture or Cognizant, then you go for a CCNP. Or in same companies, you are working on the security side, then you choose a security track. Or if you're working on the voice and video thing, then you choose the voice and video collaboration thing. So based on your role or your interest, you can choose a specialization. It is not that since you are working on something, you can't choose that one. That is not the truth. But it's always advisable, whatever the role that you wanted to choose, you have to choose that track.
Got it.
Yeah. So the projection, so as long as one word I wanted to say, as long as internet is there, internet growing is there, network engineer will be there. You talk about artificial intelligence, you talk about deep learning, machine learning, I don't know what and all it will come, but at the end, the network engineer will still remain as a network engineer. His jobs will not go away. Okay. So the job opportunities, you can become a network administrator or you can a system administrator or cyber security. Okay, so these are the job, some of the job, I'll not say every job, these are some of the jobs usually you find it on the Naukri or Indeed or LinkedIn. Okay, so this is just a brief introduction about the networking, what we do. So the why are we different from others is on the troubleshooting things, because everywhere I've seen people will just teach the like what configuration and they'll leave, but here we inject the problem in the configuration and we ensure that the student does that one. Not only that, we also help them in preparing the interview. So I do have list of interview questions which is collected over a period of the time. So I think it is close to some 400 450 questions, wherein each topic we have questions and answers like what is this and what are so it will help you to understand not only the concepts, theoretical and practical ways, but it will also help you in preparing for your interviews. So one way we are making stronger in the technology, we are making stronger in troubleshooting, and also we'll be helping you in preparing for your interviews.
As far as interviews are concerned, I hope after taking this particular specific course and doing some practical labs, so would that be at the end of the course any mock interview, even though we do not have any interview in the market, but as a mock interview, that how prepared we are? Is there any thing that you will do at the end of the course?
I can help you out on that. See, once you do the course and share me, if you share me your resume, I can take a mock interview on that, and I can guide you where are the areas that you are lagging, and what is
Okay,
that needs to be improved. So that
okay,
anyhow we will do it. That shouldn't be a concern for us.
right. Thank you.
No, yeah. So thank you, thanks, guys. Thanks for your time and sparing some time in your weekends and attending the class. So
Yeah,
I would like to take some questions on anything not related to CCNA or anything you wanted to talk on the career. You want to talk anything? I'm open. Please.
yeah.
Just
Kumar,
a quick
one
question
question.
from my side. Sorry.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Uh, Obviously, let's say we do this course, we finish it as we planned, and we end up in particular role. Let's say 3 months down the line, we are stuck in real time situation. We are stuck in something, but obviously we don't see, I mean, don't get any help from the organization because we are the ones who are managing. In that scenario, as we've obviously gone through training here with you guys, would you give any real time assistance as well?
See, I'll tell you. I'll take this question and I'll try to answer. So now after doing this thing, you'll be given a role of like I'm not sure. I'll assume that you will get a role of L1, right? L1 or L2 level, right? So you will not be given more than that, right? Based on your experience or whatever it may be, you will be getting an L1 or L2. You'll not be given an L3 or kind of a roles, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So
Okay.
even the type of work that you do will be on similar to that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand, but
So
what my question is, obviously, if it is a situation in the real time job where we have not covered something, or even if we have covered something, but we are not in a position to figure it out the way, after all the troubleshoots that we've done, or or configuring, we are stuck in a situation where we don't actually get any help from organizational level, because let's say they've given us the responsibility to uh, kind of install or configure or troubleshoot on our own. In that scenario, could I mean do we get any kind of um, help from your side?
So again, so I'm not trying to be backdoor. I'm a bit rational here. Like what I'm trying to say is, see, whenever you get a problem, a lot of things needs to be like a lot of things needs to be analyzed. You said configuring, like what is the error? So that we cannot just tell like that. Okay, we have to see entire configuration, and maybe we can tell, okay, these are the things that you need to check or you need to troubleshoot. But I cannot say that we will support, or I'll not say that we will not support, but definitely if there is a chance to support you, we will do that.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and this Kumar, how many days this training, and when, the timing and schedule, do you have anything in mind, or it's need to be decided?
No, you, I think other person choice will get back to you on that. But the duration will be of, as per Cisco, it is 45 hours. But
Okay.
yeah, you can closely say that Monday to Friday or something like that. It can be close to 45 to 60 hours of working days. Because what happens is, I'm the person who doesn't rush the things, and sometimes I go beyond the syllabus. So, like for example,
Got it.
now this is not the part of our CCNA syllabus. Like if somebody is stuck, then I need to check that, and I need to troubleshoot. But anyway, it will be 45 to 60 hours, so we should be able to complete that one.
Okay, so close to 1.5 months, right?
Yes, yes, close to one and a half month. Yes.
1.5. Okay, okay. And daily, okay. And you are intending for 1 hour, or how you are
So
planning?
that again depends upon like the institute, what they plan and what is that they plan for you
Okay.
guys. So I'm
Okay.
not really at this point I do not have some information. So you need to get in touch with the people, so they might
Got it.
give you more
Thank
detail
you.
on the timing and other thing. Yes.
Kumar, this is for you. I mean, not the host Kumar, but the Kumar from US.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
prefer weekend classes, or do you prefer weekdays?
Yeah, at this moment, I'm not very clear, but uh, weekend may not be good. Why? Because that's a time we we have something, right? So I prefer weekday. And
Okay, because I'm only asking I'm asking you purely because I'm based in UK. The I mean the tutor is based in India, and then you are based in US.
Mm.
So
yeah,
we need
yeah, yeah,
to
Well,
yeah.
work out
The
all
thing
these
is that,
questions.
yeah, I'm okay with, but the thing is that then the whole, no, that weekend we may not able to, Saturday and Sunday just go for waste. We cannot use for anything, right? That's only,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. But if it's 1 hour in the day, weekday, that will be better. That's what I feel. But it's again, it's on, it's not only my call.
That's fine. Yeah, that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Thank you.
So for that, I think you need to check with the institute, like what is the time that they have planned for you guys, because I'm just the tutor, so I'm not safe. So you can just get in touch with the Joyce Trust or like Neil, who is thing.
Yeah,
So yeah.
thank you so much, Kumar. So it was wonderful information you provided. I hope
Thank you.
whatever the participants are asked the questions you have given, I think, yeah, we'll talk to Amit and other participant. We'll plan for the further things. Thank you, guys. Thanks for time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you all.
you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Bye. Bye.
Uh,